Judy was going to tell you about our new venture, so I wasn't prepared for that. But the truth is that, you know, when you know your gifts and you find your gifts, it's like the universe or God or Spirit says, here's the avenue, and the avenue happens to be, you know, jail stations all over the place right now. And we've been on a few calls, and I have to tell you that it's another form of ministry. And sometimes I'm thinking, okay, we're preaching to the choir here. You guys know this stuff. The people that we've been talking to in these stations don't even know that they have this love or this power in them to be able to change their lives, and they need the support. So it's kind of a cool thing, and I know that it's inspired. It's divinely inspired. It sounds weird, Minister Bail Agent, doesn't it? I mean, how do you tell your people that? Okay, we just did, but you know, that's where it's guiding us, and that's where we're going, because we all have gifts. We have these incredible gifts, every one of us. And when we open, man, we just say, God, show me. The universe shows you, you know? And sometimes you're going, what? Show me again. Show me again, I don't know, you know? But it works, and I think it's going to work. So you guys will be all on this journey with us as we start this whole you know, project. And we'll see how it goes. But I'll tell you, I'm open to it. I'm excited. I'm excited to have a paycheck, I have to be honest with you. You know, that's just in itself good. But to be able to open new people and to see and to help new people, it's exciting. So I want to start with this because I've been thinking about our gift, you know, in a whole new way. Isn't this cute? This is, I want you to think about this as you, when you were born. When you were born, each one of you were this gift. You were a gift package to the universe, right? To life. Each one of you, think about that. God gave you to the universe. And you're a gift also back to God. And I've been thinking about what that looks like. You know, it's kind of humbling. It's really humbling when you think about it. You know, you were given this precious gift of life. Precious human birth, we've been talking about it a lot. And as I went into some contemplation, I got to thinking about my life and about your lives, and how that God gives us this incredible opportunity. And this go-round is short, you know, usually it doesn't, it's quick. What are we giving back? You know, how are we expressing this field of God in our lives? You know, so if you look at your life and you see yourself as this little baby to where you are now, what are the gifts that you've given to life for life giving you life? When I say, I'm talking about life and God and universe, all kind of the same. You know, take it the way you want to, because sometimes I say God all the time and people say, oh, I don't want to talk about God. But I like to talk about God. You know, sometimes I'll use universe, but that's what we're talking about, these gifts that each of us have within us. How are you expressing them in your life? And that's what this creative process is about. So you're just this bundle of gifts. You're an energy field that is filled with magnificence and wisdom and creativity. And how you do your life is your gift back to God. How you do your life. And each one of us have unique gifts. Never again will there be another Diane in this moment in time to express the gift back to God. What are you giving back to God? I know what you've given back to God. I know what each of you have. But I think you need to realize it, because sometimes we forget, and it's all about, what am I going to create in my life to make an impact in my life? You know, I want to create this. I want to create these big Mother Teresa things. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just doing your life in a way that's conscious. You know, that whether you plant a flower, whether you stroke a kitty, that's creation. Every act, every thought, everything is an act of creation and is creating your life. So we have to look at our lives moment by moment and say, what am I creating? What is my gift back to the universe? Thank you, God, for giving me life. Now what can I do to return the favor? Have you thought about it that way? It's an interesting way of looking at your life. And if we do it moment by moment, it humbles us. It touches the very core of who we are. And it changes the way that we do life. It changes the way that we relate to one another. As I was thinking about this, I've been contemplating this all night long. And I've been thinking about the great gifts and how blessed I am. And then, you know, like this morning I got up and two with Judy, live with my big family. And there's always noise, lots of noise up in the other part of the house, all this stuff. So I had a choice this morning. You know, my first impulse, right, you can react or respond, is that, shut up! You know? Or is that my gift to God, or am I going to be able to center myself, go up and say, hey, how can I help? You know, that's what I'm talking about, conscious choice. With everything that's going on in your life, you know? What if we said, this is my creation, God. This is my creation. This is what I created for you. What would that look like? Would it be beautiful, joyful? Would it be filled with fear and scared? It's probably all of it. If you're like me, it's probably all of it. Today, my gift is appreciation. I can feel it. Every day I have to get up and say, what's my gift? Because your gifts change. You can write a beautiful song. You know, you guys are such great musicians and artists. You know, but every day your gift changes. Sometimes it is appreciation. Sometimes it is, you know, the pure joy of just being. You know, what is your gift? And I like the idea that God wants to experience us. Think about this idea, that God put you here, Mary Ann, put you here, Linda, Pat, you know, so God could experience Pat. What is Pat? You know, and I've been reading Neil Diamond Walsh, a little bit of him, and he's got this little reading, and it called to me because I remember a time in my life when I said, show me, God, where are you? Have you ever done that before? You just say, you know, I just want to feel you. I just want to see you. I want to know that you're here. And I read this, and it called to me, and what it says is, show yourself to me, I said to God. And this is what happened next. Why have you made me? Because I have never had your name before, nor heard the way that you sing it, nor stared through the universe through eyes like yours, nor laughed this way or felt the path that these tears take, because I have not known these ecstasies, nor risen to these heights, nor experienced every nuance of the innocence with which you create your lows, nor how a heart could grow so wide or break so easily, or love quite so unreasonably. God wants to experience us as much as we want to experience God. We're the humanity part. God's the divinity part. Our job is to combine humanity and divinity. It's to create heaven on earth and to experience God, and for the universe. That's why we're here. I'm thinking about the times when I have experienced that, and I know that each of us have had those moments when it's like, oh my God, I just feel, you know, God going through me. And I'm remembering the one time, I have had several times, but the one experience I'm thinking about now, I was up on a hill, beautiful mountain actually, in Park City, Utah. It was moonlight skiing, right? And it's just mystical and all the snow's around. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this is just like the most beautiful moment. This is heaven. This is what heaven would be like, you know? This was my experience of God. And I'm thinking, now I look back and I'm like, that's how God experienced Glenda in that moment, right? How is God experiencing Lynn right now? Or Kathy? You know, think of those moments. You know, can you live your life in consciousness where God can feel you? God can feel you. Our mission, see, is to bring this earth life, or to bring this heaven into the human realm, to mesh our divine self. You know, we're divine beings. We're this divine field, and it's to mesh it, right, with our human bones, so that we can be God on earth, so that we can be part of the divine on earth. And it takes a choice, doesn't it? It takes a choice. Eckhart Tolle, I always say he's my boyfriend because I love him so much. He says, and he talks about this too, exact same thing. The supreme art of living is to embody simultaneously the relative and the absolute in yourself. Same thing, heaven and earth in yourself. This is why you're here on this planet, to live this state of perfection where heaven and earth come together. And that's your practice, to embody that, to embody heaven on earth. And we were given the gifts to do that. We were given the gifts, the wisdom, the intelligence, the creativity to create a life that we can embody heaven. Right here, right now, in every moment, no matter what. no matter what's going on in our life. We can embody heaven because heaven's right here with us. It's not up here, it's not down there. But I find our lives that we embody hell sometimes, don't we? With our fears and our separation and our stuff. And it's a choice then to feel it, to be conscious enough to know that you're experiencing hell, and that's okay. We all do. We're human too. But then to step back and say, wait a minute, there's more. I'm more. This is stuff I'm experiencing. This is just energy I'm experiencing. That's not me. I'm big. I'm divine. And I'm just experiencing this stuff right now. Deepak Chopra says that we are a field that is shaping all the time. See, we're morphing. Right now, if you could put us all in the same molecules, we'd just be vibrating in our life. And it would morph out as you. Depends on what we're thinking. And so many of us kind of, aren't conscious about what we're thinking, that our subconscious just takes over, and we create from our subconscious. Does that make sense? So all of these negative thoughts are going on and on and on. I don't like this, I don't like this. And that's starting to create subconsciously, right? But the moment that we get in alignment, the moment that we step into the field, and all we need to do is breathe, connect, just breathe. We're connected, we've stopped. We've become aware then. First thing, become aware. And we start to create at a different level. We bring a different consciousness to it. See, the field that we're talking about, this field of God, has attributes. Every tradition talks about it. What is this field that you're in right now? What is the field that is surrounding us and in us? It's the field that is us. And the attributes are intelligence. You have all the intelligence you need. All the creativity you need. All of the wisdom you need. All of the beauty that you ever needed in the world is right within you. And when you open, it manifests not just out there, it manifests in your body, in your cells, in your health, in everything. We don't just work on the mind, we don't just work on the heart, it's all of us. So as we open to this field of possibility, it goes through every cell in our body, and it vibrates out to the world. I mean, it's exciting stuff. Is this just me or what? Think about this. I mean, we are these poor, pathetic victims, and God's up here, and it's like, good luck. We have the power by making the choice, by aligning. And Deepak Chopra says that we're here to expand our happiness. Now, I thought about that for a while. Is that right? I believe it with all my heart. He says that our purpose of life is expansion of happiness. That means we evolve happier to happier to happier, because unhappy people don't really contribute much to the world. Is that true? Do you believe that? We need to be able to work on our happiness, to be able to grow in happiness, because if we create in happiness, we create peace, we create love, and we create harmony. See, we create at the level of consciousness that we're in, right? So what does that mean? You can't ever be sad when stuff happens in life, No. What it means is that you recognize it. Just what I said before, that you recognize that, yeah, life hurts. I'm going through this. And everybody goes through stuff. They get through it. They grow through it again. That's life. But the answers lie in how you see it. What gifts are in it? What can you open to? Where can you find gratitude in the situation so that you can start creating at a different level than what was already created? See, creating happens. But we have a choice in how we handle it. We have a choice in what we create. Creation always is happening. We can do nothing. We're sleeping and we're creating. We're creating beings. That's why we're here, is to create. But you have to look at your life and say, what, am I creating a gift to the world? Or am I creating suffering? And we create it all. So we have to look at being happy. Deepak Chopra says, and I get a kick out of it, there's the pop psychology says there's a happiness formula, and they look at all of the statistics, and they say, these are the things that make you happy, right? You have a set point that makes you happy. Usually people are born with a set point. That's 40% of your happiness. You're either born kind of with genes, and you can program your genes, by the way, with the new science says you can. 40% of it is set point. So a lot of us had parents that were happy. We kind of have these mirror neurons. So when we are, with our parents, we see how they handle things, and that we kind of have this set point of either being unhappy or happy. That's 40%. Okay? Conditions of living make up happiness too. Only 10%. Now think about that. Important. It doesn't really matter if you're living in a big fancy home or not. It's only 10% of your happiness. And the last is voluntary activities. That's the most. That's over 50% of you choosing what you can do to make you happy. What you can do to make you happy. 50%. I love that. So what are the things that you do every day? You know? What are the things that you do? And what Deepak Chopra says is that your activities, what they have found, all studies have found, is that our creativity, when it's accessed at the deeper, deeper level, has to do with other people. It has to be, it's about giving to others with your gift. It's about giving your song, about giving your art. It's about giving your joy, about giving your smile, your compassion, your serving to other people. That creates more joy, more happiness than anything else. Anything else. What you give to life, your gift to God creates more happiness than anything that you could ever do. The Vedas say that creativity is identified with bliss, with Ananda. They call it Ananda. It's bliss. That's a quality, a God quality inside of each and every one of us when we tap into this creativity. So I just know, Judy, when we're down at those police stations, we're going to have that Ananda bliss within us. We're going to take them, see? We're going to take that to it. I mean, and who knows? You know, who knows what happens, right? Who knows what happens when you access that level? Neil Diamond Walsh says, you are a precious occurrence. You love that. You're a precious occurrence in time. Never again will you be or have you been before. Right now, you are a precious occurrence. God chose you to express in your unique way. What are you expressing? What has God placed in front of you right now? What experience? What stuff is going on in your life? So that you can learn to express in a creative, loving, harmonic way. And that's my prayer for each of us, is that we find our gifts, that we discover who we really are at the highest level, and that we're able to take that gift and give it out to the universe. And so it is. Amen.